What is going on, everybody? You caught me on nap time over here with a pretty interesting video. So I'm gonna go find a place to install my new Carpuride system. The name's not very catchy, but the idea is pretty cool. Essentially, what we're going to be able to do is add CarPlay and Android Auto, geez, can't talk today, into just about any car that has an auxiliary input. It'll all make sense shortly, but I think it's a pretty cool idea, especially if you have like a way older vehicle that doesn't have like a screen of any sort. And the best part is there's no like knowledge of having to install or, you know, solder or do any of that crazy stuff that's involved with swapping out like a stereo head unit. Now what I'm going to be doing this, I'm installing in a 2016 Chevy Tahoe. It just happens to be the only vehicle I own that doesn't already have Apple CarPlay. This is my wife's vehicle. I love this thing. I personally, I love driving around her car almost more than my truck. But no. We're going to dive into this and I'll show you how it all works. And we're going to take this, we got a 7-year-old technology here, and we're going to bring it into, I guess, 2023, because we're almost there, man. It's fall in Michigan, it's getting cold, and oh boy, winter's here, and that means 2023 is right around the corner. Oof, reality just hit in. All right, guys, let's dive into this. All right, we'll go ahead and open this up. Spoiler, I kind of already opened it, so it looks a little messy, but the unit actually looks pretty good. Carpuride. Oh, hey. So this is the power. I'm from what I've seen, the installation is just super easy here. It's just going to go into our. Do people still call these cigarette outlets or cigarette lighter outlets? This is our mount that we'll use to place it. This is the layout of the I almost call it Silverado. Well, it looks a lot like a Silverado too. This is the layout of the Chevy Tahoe. I don't really know where I'm going to put it. I guess maybe above here. But I got to be careful because this has a very silly feature. There's like storage in there or something. Maybe I can get creative with that and put it right here even. It's not a bad idea, actually. Anyway, moving right along. This is a mount if you want to put it on your window, so you can like window mount it like above right here or above right here. I like this adhesive mount though, because it's gonna maybe even go right there. That'd be cool. And then you have all the auxiliary outlet cables you could ever ask for. This, for instance, it comes with a dash cam, and this is to plug the dash cam in. I don't know if I really care about this feature as much, or rather I don't think my wife cares about it, so I might not even install this. You know, it's good to know there's a dash cam built into this. Alright, moment of truth. Let's go ahead and plug my iPhone in. Allow. Wow, it really worked so easy. I literally just plugged it in, and it looks like it has wireless CarPlay too, which is amazing, because I was just about to complain about all the cables sticking out of this thing. That's annoying. Okay, so I've been playing with this for a while, and I think I'm ready to kind of give you, my favorite parts about this. Let's start right here. This actually has AirPlay. So for example, I hopped into Hulu, or I think maybe Disney Plus and stuff. You could go ahead and stream videos while you're on the road. Now obviously I don't recommend that while driving, but hey, maybe it's like in the back seat for the kiddos. There's a lot of possibilities with that. It's just a cool feature to have. I've not used this auto link here. I did not use a SD card, so if you want me to do like a more in-depth video down the road, maybe I can do that. And obviously I did not do Android Auto because I don't have an Android phone. But CarPlay seems to be good. My only complaint though is I can't get wireless CarPlay to work, even though I know it can do it. I don't know. I probably just need to spend more time with it. I have a new phone too that's being a little temperamental, to be honest, so that could be an issue. I love that there's an actual physical volume knob. And then you got some quick shortcuts to go back to your home screen, and then of course for Siri. It's kind of funny they call it iPlay instead of CarPlay, so I wonder if there's like a underground branding thing going on. Long story short, let's plug it in. I'll give you a quick tour. So this is a mode that will actually mirror it. Now it has CarPlay too. I'll obviously show you that in a second. It's just a setting in here if you're interested. So if you go widescreen mode, it'll literally just show everything on your screen, which is pretty cool. So you got all your apps, and I don't know. I think this is a pretty cool feature. To get out of this though, we will go into our settings, and we will go to the sync button, and under this you could do iPlay versus mirror. So we'll go back to iPlay, which means Android Auto here. So now I'm gonna actually unplug and plug it back in. There we go. Now this is the standard CarPlay that you have in any other car. Should look pretty familiar if you've ever seen it, and so far it works great. Now the last thing to talk about is how you get from here out of your old school speaker down here. Now there's two options. You can either run the aux cable, which is probably going to give you more audio quality, but then you have a long cable coming out of it. I'll just show you here. Also, don't make the mistake I did. There is an input and output back here, so obviously you want it in the output. Get that to show up. And then the other way, which is much easier and much less cables, is to have it go via the FM transmitter. So you go in here, make sure this is on, and then when you're in here, you can go ahead to your music. Your car, 101.7 is what I set it to. Pretty cool. All right, my final thoughts on the Carpuride. Terrible name, pretty cool product. Could the build quality be, a hair bit better? Probably. It's a little plasticky, but all in all, I'm kind of impressed with the functionality. Some cons are definitely how many cables you have to have out. Obviously, I did have a bit of an issue with trying to connect to wireless CarPlay. So tiny things like that are annoying, but I'm sure it's user error on my part, and I just haven't had enough time with it. Again, I'll dive into more in a future video probably. But yeah, all in all, I definitely think it's worth. I think it's just under $300, maybe in between $300 or $200. And if you have an older vehicle that doesn't have Bluetooth or a screen or anything like that, it's a no-brainer. Because it's so easy to install. The fact that it can do an FM transmitter means you don't even have to have an aux input, and you can have CarPlay, which is pretty sweet, I think. Or Android Auto, of course. Would it be worth it on something like this that already has... the UI on this is terrible. It's like the worst infotainment in any car I've ever owned, ever. I hate it. So that's good reason to have this. However, I already have Bluetooth that already connects in here and stuff like that. So is it a must-have? Probably not, but it's a cool to have. And obviously having the two screens is awkward. But again, if you don't have like a screen already, or you have a very outdated or small one, this thing could be pretty great. Like I really am impressed. I wasn't thinking I was going to like it so much. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions. I really appreciate you guys watching this one. I'll see you soon. Bye.